about hip mobility. These are my 5 favorite stretches for hip mobility, really creating space within the pelvis. Remember, within our pelvic floor model, let me dump out those organs. We've got our muscles, our hip muscles out here on the sides that really connect in with that pelvic floor. So our hips can move externally where they rotate this direction, or they move internally this way. Okay, so we really want to check in with that space. They also go in and out and front to back. So we've got adduction where it comes in, abduction is away, flexion is forward, extension is backwards. We want to tap in those motions all together to create space within the pelvic floor. So my very first stretch for you is the butterfly. So we want to come down in the ground. I like to keep my feet together and really open up those knees out. So this is creating, a little bit of hip external rotation and abduction. From this angle, you can see they're coming in this position. You can also lay those legs down and be in that butterfly position. Again, from the side, letting those legs out and feet together. And I like to just hang out here and breathe. I feel a stretch more in my groin when I'm in this position, but I do really like it here and down on the ground. I also like to find like a piece of furniture, like a chair or an ottoman, and I'll hang out with my legs like this too as I'm watching TV or we're reading books with my kids, letting that pelvic floor really relax and open up, okay? So this is butterfly position. Feel free to try that one out, just let it relax. Second stretch is called Happy Baby. So Happy Baby, you've got the original where you can grab the inside of your feet or your toes and open up. So here's this angle here. Sorry about this angle. This gives you a better idea of really opening up that tissue, opening up that pelvic floor. You may toot in this position or fart, totally fine. If it's hard to grab this because it's uncomfortable in the abdomen, or it's just like, hey, I don't have that kind of range of motion, you can let those legs drop, grab behind those knees, and then assess the tissue again. Like, what is it? How does it feel? Keep it gentle. To go into hip flexion, how comfortable is it? And then let those legs go out left to right and let them drop open, okay? This from the side is similar to a squatting position. So if we think about how we're opening up that pelvis with that max flexion, this is the same as a squat. It's just unweighted. So it should be comfortable, breathing into that tissue and letting the muscles just relax. So keep it gentle, keep it comfortable, okay? That's Happy Baby. Third one that I really like is a posterior hip mobilization. So for this one, you're going to be on all fours. I'm going to take my right leg, I'm going to take my right foot to my left knee. So this is creating right knee with my pelvis. This is a nice 90-degree angle here, okay? Sitting on this, I'm now going to shift all my weight, because again, this is my right knee that's bent and cockeyed. In front, it looks like this. As I fold forward, kind of like a piriformis position. But as I'm in this position, again, left leg's back, right leg's crossed over like figure 4, I'm going to shift my weight onto this right leg. Now, this big bone here is called the femur. So as you shift, you might feel some pressure in this joint. That's the posterior hip mobilization. You shift, you feel that pressure, keep it gentle. Don't make it really uncomfortable. We just want to sit on that knee, feel that pressure, feel a stretch, breathe, keep it calm, keep it gentle, and then switch sides. Okay, now my left foot coming in front of that right knee, same thing. I don't want to be shifting back like this, going away from the stretch, and I don't want to be lengthening myself out forward. Keep it a nice 90 degrees. And then as we did on the other side, shift over to that knee, that left side. Keep it calm, keep it gentle, breathe into that tissue. I like to go like a minimum 10 to 30 seconds here, as long as my body's feeling comfortable, okay? That is the posterior hip mobilization. Next one, we're gonna do a hip 90-90. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. One's 90 degrees in front, the other one is 90 degrees behind. So you can see like this, okay? Not way out front, not up to the side, because we're not gonna get a stretch here. really keeping that one 90 degrees and 90 degrees. What I see with patients with this one is we tend to want to lean away from tightness or discomfort. So really try to sit up straight. However, if you find like, I just can't get over here, please pay attention to what leg is in front when you're like that, because if you switch sides and it's totally different, I want you to recognize that and get used to it. I had a male client once who, when he started out, he was like, one side he's like, I just feel squishy over here, and then we switched to the next side, he's like, I feel really strong and stand-up-ish. So we started getting in this position more often throughout the day to create space, really open it up for him, and it changed pretty quickly. So same for you. Think about what you can do in this position. So often with moms, I'm like, change diapers, read with kids. You can forward fold here. We just want to avoid leaning off to the sides, but you can forward fold to get a little bit more glute stretch. Think about how to add this into your day-to-day routine. If you have kids, crisscross applesauce creates a poor posture type of position if we're reading or on a tablet. What you can do, if you notice when you get in hip 90-90, it correctly corrects this position. So I have my kids work in this position too, whether we're sitting in this for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or they're spending a little bit longer, really for them to work on core control and support as well. So you can do that too. Okay, that was hip 90-90, all-time one of my favorite positions. Last one is a piriformis stretch. This is figure 4. You're gonna lay on your back. I'm gonna take that right foot again onto that left knee. For some of us with that knee going back into that 90-degree portion, this might be enough. For others, you might wanna be able to lift and grab behind that left knee with that right foot resting on the left knee and holding it at 90 degrees to feel a stretch on that right side. For some of us, this is too much. You might have to use a towel to pull it up or a belt to help with that. You can do it, but just relax here, spend 10 to 30 seconds and then switch sides and just get comfortable. So with each of these 5 stretches, the first one being butterfly, second one was happy baby, third one posterior hip stretch, fourth one hip 90-90, fifth one piriformis. If I spent 30 seconds on each one, that's 2.5 minutes of my time in the morning, 2.5 minutes in the evening, then I'm gonna challenge you to test this one out, okay? Twice a day, morning and night, 2.5 minutes for yourself. If you wanna go a little bit longer, go for it. Make it 5 minutes total. But all I'm challenging for you for today is to think, where can I test this one out? Try the 5 out in the morning, 5 out in the evening within the next 24 hours, and let me know how it's feeling, okay? Especially hip 90-90, give this one a go. Let me know how these work for you and how they feel as you're doing them, all right? Let me know. You can send me an email or message. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.